Knock this in, 31 pickup right here. Smart! Don't think about our offense. Guard for me, all right? Here we go, 1, 2, 3, down.
Inside Notre Dame basketball with Mike Brey is presented by Team Notre Dame members Adidas, Gatorade, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, and Sprint. Inside Notre Dame basketball is also brought to you by ATI Physical Therapy, Bank of America, CBTS, Xfinity, Meyer, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Sirius XM Satellite Radio, and UPS.
Hello again, Irish fans, and welcome to this week's edition of Inside Notre Dame Basketball with Mike Brey. I'm Jack Nolan, joined as always by the head coach of the Fighting Irish. And coach, there's really no other way to say it. Your team is shorthanded right now, and you're struggling.
We are struggling a little bit, Jack. We got some guys sick. We got some guys banged up, but the last two were tough ones for us. I love how we fought back against Georgia Tech and gave ourselves a chance to win. Couldn't finish it, though. Maryland, just too many turnovers and too many offensive rebounds. Leads to an 0-2 stretch this last time.
It is a rare 0-2 week for Inside Notre Dame basketball, but a lot of highlights in both games. And when we come back, we'll take you to Atlanta for a look at all the highlights of Notre Dame's first ever ACC road game against Georgia Tech.
When you have the most live college football,
food's ready.
Okay, coming.
All you want to do is watch college football. With Xfinity from Comcast, you get the most live college football, including ESPN Goal Line and Watch ESPN. You can't get all that with satellite. So switch to the Xfinity HD Premier XZ Triple Play or ask about other bundles starting as low as $99 a month for a year.
You're home for the most live sports. Xfinity.
One more! Let's go, yo! Ready, one more! One more time, come on! One more, let's get it, let's go!
Proven hydration to help replace what you sweat out.
One more championship, let's go!
Coach, you took the floor in Atlanta for your first ever ACC road game, still adjusting to the loss of Jaron Grant, and you didn't have Tom Knight for this one either.
Yeah, the Tom Knight situation, with the ankle, just you'd love to have that big body because he has really given us a nice lift off. But in the meantime, now he's really got the flu, and he's still down for a while. But first road atmosphere, we don't get off to a very good start, as you see right here. We dig ourselves a heck of a hole. They come out really shooting the basketball. We do make a little bit of a surge after that first couple minutes. Good movement by Georgia Tech right there, and that was the story of the start, making shots over the top of us early. Here we get started a little bit. That looks a little bit more like us offensively. Shot fake, take what the defense gives you. We have the 10 right now. Nice move by Demetrius Jackson, coming off a ball screen and attacking the basket hard. Here we are defensively. Very good by Demetrius. Eric comes over and rotates. We're off, and we get something in transition, an easy bucket. And, you got it to 9, and you feel like, man, we got a little momentum right now. This guy was hard to handle. Golden for them, their senior guard. Physical guard, really gave us problems all night. Nice spacing for a Pat Connaughton drive and an N1 right there. And we're in this thing. We're feeling a little bit better. I love how we end the half. Eric Atkins behind a ball screen, stepping back and knocking a jump shot down. Sherm with a nice drive. Austin Burgett gave us really good minutes, Jack, off the bench. 2 putbacks like that off an offensive rebound. We run a little set here for Eric. We read it the other way. Pat Connaughton drills a 3, and you got a 4-point game right here before the half. Good defense right there. We come up with it. Outlet in transition. Nice pass by Eric Atkins, and we get a transition bucket. Really good right there. Zach August, second half, they block it, and they're off to the races. We start the half, Jack, like we started the game. They get out of the gate on us, and we dig ourselves a hole again. Golden on a baseline runner, and you look at the score, here we go again, digging out of a hole, but we find a way to do it. inside to Sherm. He didn't have much success in the first half, but we were able to post him, and he got some scoring opportunities. We went zone a little. They miss a couple in zone. We get our hands on one right here, off in transition. Heck of a read right here. Great read by Eric Atkins. Zach does a good job getting to the basket right there. Little probe and dish off. Pat Connaughton has really been a good playmaker. You look at his assist to turnover, that's something he couldn't do as a freshman. Basket cut off a post feed. Sherm shapes up. We get a little runner here, and now we are in the midst of coming back again. Sherm is in a rhythm, so we're getting him post touches. He scores the basketball for us, down to 5. We turn the thing over, or we get a turnover here, and we're off. How about that pass? Boy, that's a strike. From half court to Sherm, down 3. You know, here we go into the low post again. Again, we're feeling like we can go back to Sherm now. He's got some momentum and some angles in the low post. 3-point game, Eric Atkins off a set. You know, really good execution right there. Down 2, we come back to Austin Burgett. Again, great minutes off the bench for us. You got a tie game here. We kick it over. Berg with a long J, nothing there. Steve Astoria continues to rebound for us. Sherm on the backboard, we take the lead. You know, we take the lead. This is the possession of the game. We go behind a ball screen. Golden hits a big 3-point shot right there. Just couldn't get a stop when we really needed one. And a disappointing loss after fighting back a couple times and eventually taking the lead in Atlanta.
The stats show a close game, and it ended up being a close game after, as Coach mentioned, you fell behind double digits twice by 15 in the second half. A poor 3-point shooting afternoon by your team, and we just saw some of them. Missed opportunities in the final minutes allowed Georgia Tech to pull out a win that they really needed.
Yeah, I mean, we were facing a team that was hungry just like us. Again, when you're digging out of a whole game, it really exhausts you. That's something we have to do a better job with.
When we come back, a complete look at all of the highs and lows of Notre Dame's trip to Maryland.
It's time to get more. More of what you love. Because getting more is what you get with McDonald's new $1 menu and more. All your favorites are still here, plus a whole lot more. For just $1, get the crunchy, tangy, brand new barbecue ranch burger. And for only $2, bring home the thick-cut Applewood smoked bacon on the new Bacon Cheddar McChicken. Only on the $1 menu and more. There's something for everyone to love at McDonald's.
Sprint honors Chris and Craig's texts on our new network.
Think you'll go out tonight? Probably not. But maybe. I'm kind of tired. But I also kind of want to go out. Me too. Well, text me if you do. Okay, but I probably won't. But I might.
In honor of the important things you do, get the Samsung Galaxy Tab 3 for just $49.99 with data starting at just $5 a month.
Mike, congratulations for being inducted into the George Washington Hall of Fame. They've picked the right guy. You certainly deserve it. Can't tell you how proud I am of you and what a great honor it is for you to be inducted into a great university and great people. And I think it kind of puts a stamp on your career to let you know how much people appreciate the great job you do as a coach and as a teacher. And I think of the hundreds of lives that you have influenced. They say you never live a perfect day until you do something for someone who can never pay you back. And boy, have you touched a lot of lives, and you've lived many a perfect day. So congratulations again. Good luck this season. I know you'll have a great year. And keep up the great work. I'm very proud of you, my man.
That tribute from the legendary Morgan Wooten was part of Coach's induction to the Athletics Hall of Fame at his alma mater, George Washington University.
Well, that certainly means a lot coming from that guy. You know, he is such a key. I mean, I was around him when I was 10 years old at his basketball camp. But certainly it was a special night at GW. There's no question, Jack. And to share it with Tish, who played volleyball there and was a way better athlete than me, and my mom, who was the women's swimming coach there at the same time. Just a lot of great memories, and seeing people that I hadn't seen in a while, hadn't been back in the Smith Center in a while. They won a big game, so that was a good thing. Spent time with my old coach, Coach Bob Talent. Special night, fun night, great memories.
That took place the night before the Maryland game. In fact, Coach talked to the George Washington team before the game. It certainly helped. And the next night, you took the floor at the Comcast Center and got off to a great start against Maryland.
Well, that's one of the things we talked about trying to be better at, getting out of the gate earlier, and we did that. I felt we achieved that. We got out. We got off to a good start. We were flowing offensively. Pat Connaughton kind of jump-started us, but we get really good movement here. Here we are early in the game in a possession. We're up 10-4 already. Get Sherm a low post touch, and he's finding angles, and we're scoring, and we're into a very comfortable rhythm. We go to our zone, and that helps us. It kind of gets them back on their heels. Turnover. Demetrius does a great job here pushing in transition and finding Eric Atkins at a spot-up situation. But the zone certainly helped us. Here we go again, a little crossing action. Pat Connaughton for a driving area. He was really the guy we rode in the first half. In our zone here, they split, but we do a good job getting a hand on it, and we get out in transition again. We've always run well out of our zone. Pat Connaughton trailing the play. Eric does a great job finding him, and he knocks it down. Long jump shot. We battle for it here. Love how Steve Astoria gets down on the floor to get a loose ball, and we get a transition situation because Zach runs the floor. In our zone again here, baseline drive, Eric cheats over, we're off in transition again, and another great find. Another great find by Eric to Pat Connaughton in transition. Ball reversal to a post feed, a good principle in our offense. There's spacing, so Sherm can make a move. He makes a nice steady move. We had it to 12 there for a while in the first half. Big drive by Austin Burgett, who continues to improve and continues to really get better for us and more confident. Nice pass by Demetrius Jackson. Sherm on a finish. Second half, Maryland gets out of the gate on us. We don't get a real stop there. They're splitting our zone in transition. Lob look. They're starting to get a better feel against our 2-3 zone. Nice drive by Pat to the basket. We miss. They're off in transition, and they're starting to feel pretty good. We somehow get our hands up on this, but offensive rebounds, Jack, were the story of the second half. They really took the lead and changed the whole climate with putbacks. Nice move by Sherman, a low post touch, but we're not able to keep them off the board. That's really hurt us. Offensively, they swing it. They're starting to make threes over the top of our zone. We got to come out and play a little bit of man-to-man. Push it right here. Nice move by Demetrius Jackson. Just a little shot fake, one dribble, taking what the defense gives you. Wells was a hard one to handle. He's a freight train coming down the lane. We give up a three-point play right there. Austin Burgett on a four-point play and feeling pretty good about himself. Just love how he's playing for us. We get our hands on one here, and we're still in this thing. Two-possession game with 1:50 to go. But this is the possession of the game. Wells into the lane. We help a little bit on his strength. Faust hits a big three to kind of end any hope of us trying to come back. Nice play here. And again, you love how Austin Burgett is playing. I feel that he's stepping up and feeling better about his jump shot right there. We're trying to fight back. But turnovers, Jack, second shots by Maryland. You're not going to win on the road giving up those kind of things.
Truly a tale of two halves. You shot 58% in the first half, but just 39% in the second half. You mentioned the turnovers, an uncharacteristic 17 for your team. Poor rebounding effort that included 20 offensive rebounds. I honestly can't remember you ever giving up 20 offensive rebounds in a game.
Yeah, that's really painful to look at, and it doesn't matter if you're playing man or zone. At some points, you got to get in there and battle. Physically, they beat us up in the paint. And I think that's something we have to challenge our team with here the next couple days.
This week's Ask Coach Brey question, the fast break, and ATI Moment of the Week will all take the floor right after this timeout. It's time now for this week's Ask Coach Brey question presented by CBTS. This week's question comes via Twitter from Kelly Christensen of Granger, Indiana. Kelly asks, Coach, how are the players handling their starting lineup adjustments while at NDMBB feels its way through the start of ACC games?
Well, that's a great question. It really is. I mean, you know, we are still kind of searching on what's the best group to start. Who do we plug in with Atkins, Connaughton, and Sherman? And I think there's still growing pains here that I think we're going to, you know, we'll be in the midst of those for a while as we still feel this out.
If you would like to ask Coach Brey a question, all you have to do is log on to UND.com and click on Ask Coach Brey in the rotating boxes in the middle of the main page. Notre Dame did lose both of its games this past week, but we do not want to lose the performance of sophomore Austin Burgett. The Avon, Indiana native played 38 minutes combined against Georgia Tech and Maryland and scored 20 points while grabbing 7 rebounds, earning him the right to sit in this week's Fast Break hot seat. Favorite all-time movie?
Step Brothers.
Who was your role model?
My father.
One thing the public would be surprised to learn about you.
Play the piano.
Favorite NBA player?
Paul George.
Favorite part of practice?
Free throw competition.
Worst part of practice?
Talking to Coach Flo.
Best part of your game?
Rebounding.
Part of your game you need to work on?
Dribbling.
Favorite Notre Dame game day uniform?
White.
One thing Coach Brey says that always sticks in your head?
Veteran guys.
Best shooter on the team?
Pat Connaughton.
Best defender on the team?
Pat Connaughton.
Best leaper on the team?
Austin Burgett.
Worst leaper on the team?
Steve Vestoria.
Best dunker on the team?
Austin Burgett.
Worst dunker on the team?
Tom Knight.
Best dresser on the team?
Steve Vestoria.
Best comedian on the team?
Contender.
Free throw contest, who wins, you or Coach Brey?
Austin.
Not only is he a good player, but he gets it.
He does, and he's playing well. He really is playing well. You know, we thought maybe he'd be a starter back in November and December. Maybe wasn't quite ready for that, still gaining his confidence. But I think in the midst of losing 2 games, we got to keep nurturing his confidence.
As we go to break, it's time for a look at the ATI Physical Therapy Moment of the Week, courtesy of Pat Connaughton, whose red-hot start against Maryland helped the Irish build a 12-point first-half lead. Connaughton finished the game with a game-high 19 points.
Atkins over the midcourt stripe, shovels it to Connaughton, running 3, got it! Pat Connaughton's on fire early, and Notre Dame leads. Atkins over the midcourt stripe. Atkins top the key, shovels to Connaughton. Another 3 on the way. Another 3 is good. Pat Connaughton is in the zone, and Notre Dame leads by 10, 24-14.
Before they earned enough cash back from Bank of America to help pay for Benny's expenses. Before they earned 1% back on all purchases, everywhere, every time. And 2% back at the grocery store. Even before earning 3% back on gas. With no hoops to jump through. They opened a Bank Americard Cash Rewards credit card just in time to open their hearts. That's the magnitude of rewarding connections. Apply online or at a Bank of America near you.
Fighting Irish Digital Media, in partnership with Three Penny Films, is excited to announce the debut of the 60-minute special television presentation 88-1, presented by Coca-Cola. The story of Notre Dame's historic victory over UCLA in 1974 that broke the Bruins' record 88 game-winning streak. Here's a sneak peek.
January 19th, 1974, the day the earth stood still. The pain, the suffering, the agony, and the disappointment will forever be part of my life.
The longest winning streak in collegiate sports history has ended where it began 3 years ago. Unbelievable.
The show also features interviews with announcer Dick Enberg, members of the 74 team, and of course Digger himself. It debuts Sunday night, January 19th at 8 p.m. on ESPN2 and airs 4 more times the following week on ESPNU. And Sunday night just happens to be the night that not only do you play an important game against Virginia Tech, but you induct Digger into the Notre Dame Ring of Honor.
Very special night for our program, the history of our program. And I'm honored that I'm the coach when we can put Coach Phelps up in the Ring of Honor, something that's well-earned, well-deserved. And I'm proud and happy, and I love the fact that we have a lot of guys coming back. It's going to be a reunion of sort and a celebration.
And you played a big role in making this night happen, but you've played a big role in bringing him back into the program. In fact, if you're an outsider and you started coming to practice, you'd think he was part of the staff because he's there almost every day.
Well, you know, when I first got here, I was trying to get him back, and he told me, you know, Coach Al McGuire told me never to come back. And I said, well, I'm going to work on that. And obviously, he's around a lot. He has been a great friend and a mentor to me. He is the one guy around here that has sat in the same seat that I sit in, and he's been very, very helpful.
For all the folks that watch this show on Saturdays in South Bend, a few tickets are still available for Sunday night's Virginia Tech game at the Notre Dame ticket office and UND.com. It's a very important night, both because of Digger's induction and because this year's Notre Dame team needs to get back on the winning track. We'll preview the game right after this timeout.
You work hard for the money you earn.
I've got just enough.
That's why Meijer carries the name brand toys, electronics, and video games you love. All at low Meijer prices. Because even superheroes like to save money. Meijer makes the best things in life even better.
I'm very happy I made the switch.
It's easy.
They're great.
As I go out, being nervous about going out into the world.
You switch because
for what you get and what they give back.
Of the people.
It'd just be another thing that I know is there for me all the time.
It's a no-brainer.
It's about family. It's about values. It's about doing things the right way.
And that's why I'm sticking with them.
You just get sucked in, and it's great. We're there.
Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. Come home.
You know you're going to get the best when you go to Notre Dame Federal Credit Union.
Coach, 2 very important games for your team this week, beginning with a big 6 p.m. Sunday night home game against Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech, a team that really shoots the ball from beyond the arc, so we're going to have to really be aware of three-point shooters. We got to take better care of the basketball than we did against Maryland, and we got to do a better job on the backboard.
And then very quickly, another tough road game at Florida State.
There is where the rebounding challenge will certainly be tested because they are athletic and they pound the backboard.
You are now in the situation of being in an unusual 3-game losing streak, but you've been in this situation before and you've almost always found a way out of it.
Been here, done that. We've been in this, you know, before where you're beaten down a little bit. And, you know, I think you just got to remember a regular season league play is a long time and there's a lot of twists and turns. If you can get one, that can jumpstart you.
One thing Mike Brey teams have almost always done is finish strong, and he always says it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. That will do it for this week's edition of Inside Notre Dame Basketball with Coach Brey. We'll be back next week with all the highlights of the Virginia Tech and Florida State games. Until then, for Coach Brey, I'm Jack Nolan. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, go Irish.
Inside Notre Dame Basketball with Mike Brey has been presented by Adidas, Gatorade, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, and Sprint. Inside Notre Dame Basketball is also brought to you by ATI Physical Therapy, Bank of America, CBTS, Xfinity, Meijer, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Sirius XM Satellite Radio, and UPS.